Critics of the proposal have pointed out that there would definitely be challenges from transitioning to state-run programs, and that states with limited budgets may struggle to implement effective programs, which may lead to disparities in aid distribution. And also, in high-cost states like California and New York, the block grant funding model, which are capped at a certain amount, could cause local governments to ration assistance or raise tax bills to fill gaps. Now, something else that the outline of the proposal highlights is the eligibility requirements to receive rental assistance. Now, this is odd because on one hand, they're saying that we want to get rid of the Section 8 program and let's let state governments administer them and let it be their responsibility. But on the other hand, they still want to have a hand in how it's ran. And I'm guessing that since they'd still be supplying grants to the states to help fund these programs, they still want to have a say. But the Trump administration suggests prioritizing aid specifically for elderly and disabled individuals, and for all able-bodied individuals to have a 2-year cap on rental assistance. Now, this is an idea that's been floating around for months now. There's been rumors going around all over social media. And whether the Section 8 program stays a federal program or become a state program, time limits seem like something that they're going to continue to push and eventually be a part of the requirements. It was also suggested throughout Project 2025. Another eligibility requirement that has been floating around and was also mentioned in Project 2025 is work requirements. However, this proposal doesn't mention anything about work requirements. My guess is if they're able to add a 2-year time limit on able-bodied individuals, then work requirements aren't as significant, because whether you're working or not, in 2 years you lose your benefits. Now, if this budget proposal were to pass and all of these changes were to take effect, what would this mean for the future of the Section 8 program? Well, let me tell you this would not be the end of Section 8. A lot of stories are going around that Trump wants to completely eliminate the Section 8 program, but in actuality, his administration wants to transition it from a federal program to a state program. But whether the program is federal or state, there will always be rental assistance provided to low-income families in this country. It's been going on for almost a century, and it's not going to stop, especially while we're in the midst of an affordable housing crisis. As far as how the program is ran, if it were to become ran by individual states, I don't think it would be that much of a difference than how it's already ran. Even though Section 8 is a federal program, HUD lets local housing authorities manage and administer their programs how they see fit. There are ground rules that HUD sets, but each local housing authority has discretion to add additional rules and requirements, and the ability to administer additional housing programs. So the biggest change would be whether the money is coming from federal funds alone or from state and federal funds combined. Now, I'm not sure how the amount of funding would be affected for each housing authority. For instance, a housing authority may receive less funding than they normally would have.